Welcome to Quarantini Time, a show where I get to chat with friends and family while enjoying delicious beverages together. My guest tonight, I've known for the past 37 years. We were inseparable for 16 years of that, often mistaken for twins. You know him, you love him. He's my younger brother, Pat McCabe. Hey, brother. Hey, Pat, welcome to Quarantini Time.
Good evening, Laura. Thank you for having me.
What are we drinking tonight?
On this special evening, I decided to pop a Modelo. Not my favorite beer or my beer of choice, but I mean, definitely want to avoid that coronavirus. So Modelo was my option for that. So.
And I wanted to stay on the Mexican beer theme and went with the Corona, hoping that you don't get it.
Well, I hope you don't get it. Laura, be careful. Isn't that where the coronavirus comes from?
When I went to the liquor store to pick some up, it was full. Nobody wants to buy the Coronas.
Well, I don't understand why they would name it coronavirus if it didn't come from Corona. I get all my news from memes.
From memes?
Yes, memes on the internet.
That's the best place to get news.
It's like what I always say, Laura, if it ain't a meme, it ain't news.
Obviously, I don't know that everybody knows this, but you are my younger brother.
Oh, yeah.
You're one of my two favorite brothers out there. As we were growing up and stuff like that and becoming adults, I guess, I always thought you were going to become a chef because you love cooking. Our grandmother was an amazing chef.
Yeah.
And we grew up with that. And you cook some of the greatest things I've ever had.
Don't lie.
You know, Grandma always had that back room full of sweets. We would go back there. What was your favorite recipe of Grandma's?
I know this is going to sound dumb, but she actually, when I was younger and she was babysitting or, watching me, the funny thing is like one of the things that she would always make that I thoroughly enjoyed was really just her scrambled eggs. Because she would find so many different things to put in with them. And sometimes it was really kind of question marky, I guess. But all in all, I mean, as far as what she made specifically for me, scrambled eggs were the best.
My favorite thing that she made, and it wasn't specifically for me, but it was what I enjoyed the most, were the potato chip cookies. Which people think those are so weird and should never be made, but they are amazing. Who is coming in to say hello right now?
This is my fearless guard dog. Come here, fearless guard dog. He barks at anything and everything.
Oh.
This is Django. He thinks there's somebody here, but there's not. Go on.
So now that you're all grown up and can cook on your own, what's your favorite thing to cook?
I have decided that there's always a question of cooking versus baking, and hands down cooking. I prefer cooking so much more than baking, just because cooking is more like jazz. You just do whatever you want and you try to create flavors, whereas baking is very precise and, you have to get everything just right. I prefer cooking. What's my favorite thing to cook? Pretty much anything, I guess. Pasta, sauce from scratch, that sort of thing.
Do you have any new recipe you want to try out?
The funny thing is I hear everybody talking about things they want to bake or cook or things that they've never tried before. For example, yourself, you want to make the pain au chocolat. Is that?
Oui.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if I was saying that correctly.
We can just call them chocolate croissants.
Perfect. I don't really have extra time right now. I'm working the same hours I was working before because I am essentially essential. So, but some things that I have wanted to try, just scrolling through the Facebook, skipping past all the memes and looking at recipes on there. I saw a delightful looking recipe for they were chicken pot pie pockets. You actually make the chicken pot pie filling and then put it in a pocket of dough and bake it.
So keeping on the cooking theme, because that's what I've got going tonight for some odd reason.
Sure, why
What
not?
is your favorite kitchen gadget, or what's your go-to that you love to use all the time?
You know what's funny is I remembered you last Christmas talking about this, and I finally got one, and it's like the most simple thing in the world, and I use it more than any gadget I think I've ever bought, and it's that ground beef. I don't even know what it's called.
The mix
Just
and chop.
yeah, the mix and chop. Oh my God, that thing works wonders.
Please hold, I'll go get it.
Just have another sip or two while I'm waiting.
The
That
mix
is it.
and chop.
Yep.
It's got a bunch of different blades. You can mush up your ground beef, ground pork, ground chicken, and stir it around with all your little paddles.
It's a lifesaver.
Love it. Well, let's talk about one of your many other talents. Those beautiful paintings behind you were all painted by whom?
Oh, these paintings behind me here,
Yes.
however did they get in the background? So yeah, I very recently, like within the past 5 years, decided that painting was something I wanted to do. It actually was kind of funny how it came about. I was scrolling through Netflix and found The Joy of Painting by Bob Ross, and remembered watching that on PBS as a kid at grandma's while I was eating my scrambled eggs, and I just remembered how easy it looked, even when I was a kid. So one night while I was watching an episode, I was like, I could do this. I can do this. So I went and bought some supplies. And yeah, just kind of started painting. And the thing about it is that I'm not trying to be really good at it. More or less for me, it's something that is kind of therapeutic for me to actually sit down in front of a canvas and just paint is I found it to be like I'm literally thinking about what I'm doing and not anything else in the world or anything else in life. I'm just focused on what I'm doing. So it's fantastic. I recommend it to anybody who's interested.
What else you want to talk about?
Beats me.
So, how has this whole COVID-19 pandemic affected you personally?
You know, quite honestly, being essentially essential, um, I haven't really noticed um, a huge difference, honestly. I don't want to say that I'm lazy, but in my normal everyday life, I pretty much spend all my time at home. You know, other than times with the kiddo when we go out and do stuff. But otherwise, it's you know, watching, getting caught up on my programs, and you know, all that stuff.
So, you know that it's time for the COVID-19 James Lipton questionnaire.
Go ahead with your questions, but
So,
just
what's your favorite word?
my favorite word is obviously. I mean, obviously, it's one of my favorite words because I actually, no, this is true. This is true. I use it a lot, I've found. I find myself saying the word obviously a lot. I'm assuming that if I'm using it a lot, I probably like it. So that's my reasoning behind it.
Well, what's your least favorite word?
I don't like words, and words don't typically trip me up very much, but some do occasionally. Um, and those are words that are hard to pronounce. So I chose the word rural. It doesn't have good mouthfeel when you say it. Roll. I can't even say it right.
Who would you most like to be in a stay-at-home quarantine with?
Okay, so you're saying a quarantine, not necessarily this specific quarantine. Is it a 2-day quarantine? Is it a 5-month quarantine? What do I feel like I need to be doing during this quarantine? Do I need to be talking to somebody, listening to somebody, ignoring somebody?
Well, let's go with
No.
you're a non-essential employee, so you're at home, only going out for just groceries and other essential things. And let's say it's a good 3 months.
3-month quarantine, can't leave the house. I feel like anybody, you're gonna get sick of them. See, okay, well, if I just want to like laugh and have good conversation, I'd probably pick somebody like Steve Martin or somebody like that. But if I want something good to look at, it might be somebody like I don't know, Emma Stone or something. I don't know.
Who would you least like to be in a stay-at-home quarantine with?
That's very easy. Using the same situation that you said, the 3 months, and you got to stay at home or whatever. You ready for this? I'm going to blow your mind. My siblings.
We would kill each other.
I was going to say, if the quarantine was 2 days, we'd be okay. Anything more than 3 days, and we're done. I will throw this out there. I probably would be okay with Josh, with just Josh.
Well, he's the safe bet. I mean, you get me or Jennifer mixed in, and all hell breaks loose.
Yep.
That's actually a very stable answer. I like that one.
You're welcome.
I don't know that I could live with you for 3 months.
No, maybe me and you, but I don't know.
What's your favorite curse word?
My favorite curse word, probably due to its versatility, the word shit. You can use it so many different ways.
What sound or noise do you love?
This one was a hard one too, because I mean, literally, do I go through my day and hear something and say, "Oh, I love that sound"? Not so much. But when I wake up in the morning and let the dogs out, and I go back on my deck and I have my coffee, and in the spring, and the early birds chirping, I actually really enjoy that sound. I don't find it annoying or anything. I don't know, just sounds like life and goodness to me.
What sound or noise do you hate?
That would probably be either the dog barking at nothing, or when I forget to clip their nails. I have 2 dogs, by the way, for those of you who don't know. When I forget to clip their nails, and at like 3 a.m, all I can hear is them click clacking on the linoleum floor in the kitchen. Just click, clack, click, clack, click, clack. Probably one of the most annoying things in the world. And it makes me cut their nails.
If you could only have one type of food during a stay-at-home quarantine, what would it be?
Tacos. Oh, I mean, here's the thing. Do you get sick of tacos? I mean, eventually maybe, but then do something else with the things that make the tacos.
You make
Does that make
nachos.
sense?
You make a taco salad. You make a quesadilla.
Tacos. Yeah, I mean, tacos.
What profession other than yours would you like to attempt?
There's so many things that you could possibly do in this world, but I think myself personally, I'd really like to put my my voice to good use. So something along the lines of like like an announcer, or something maybe on the radio, or I don't know, something like a voice actor, voiceover. I don't know.
What profession other than yours would you not like to do?
Oh, you know what? Every time I see this person, I'm always like, how could you do this? And that's, in a construction zone on the road, the guy who holds the sign that just says slow. How long is his shift? No, thank you. I cannot do that. Just stand in one place with a sign that says slow. Watch all the jerks or the assholes drive past you.
If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Probably something along the lines of, "You lucky dog, you." My initial thought was that God would say to me that he or she and my mother had a bet on whether or not I would show up there, and that Mom won $85,000. I had to work Mom in there somewhere, So
she's got to show up sometimes.
There you go, Mother.
I did just come up with one last question to the questionnaire that is just for you. No one else will ever get this question.
Oh, okay.
Why does Jen Epper think she's so funny when she is not?
That's very much a jealousy thing. And I mean, that's basically what it comes down to, is the simple fact that you always want what you don't have or can't have. So unfortunately, she will always be striving for that goal of trying to be funny. She's just not. Sorry, Jen.
Well, thank you so much for joining me tonight, Pat, on Quarantini Time. It has been a pleasure.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
Love you, sister.
Love you.